Our investigation led us here to a wooded area just off Bell Avenue under the I-475 overpass, where we found a trail of trampled vegetation. We followed it back deeper into the woods, where we discovered this, what looks like a human grave. It's long enough and certainly deep enough too. Robin says this time he couldn't get an image from the security app on his phone because it turns out the thieves damaged these electrical boxes, knocking out the power to the whole building. I'm told at least 10 to 15 homes were damaged in this area. Take a look at this one behind me. It was tipped over, completely knocked off its foundation. You can see Joe Garza's shoe shine shop is at arm's length from where the stabbing happened. So he tells me he had to step in. Thankfully, the driver is okay, but his car certainly is not. Imagine smashing into this at full speed, 55 miles per hour. These new vests are lighter, perfect for these warm summer months. Plus, they've got a plate the officers can insert that will protect them from the round of a rifle. I spoke with a junior, Whitney Smith. She lives up on the 5th floor, just one floor above where James Eric Davis allegedly shot and killed his parents this morning. She woke up to the emergency sirens.
I don't know. It's just all these sounds that I'm hearing. It's just crazy to look out my window and see all these police cars and ambulances and helicopters above, and seeing like the forensic laboratory, like that vehicle here. And I was absolutely terrified.
Now, Smith was able to get out of the lockdown and head out to spring break early this afternoon. She says police escorted her out. She told me she's still shaken up, especially because she's met the alleged shooter, James Eric Davis, a few times in the elevator. While she's shocked he is the suspect, she and other students we met today were not surprised he was able to get a weapon into Campbell Hall today, even though the campus does have a strict gun-free policy.
We missed you.
The sound of laughter is back at the Edelins' home.
I'm back home, everybody. Have fun. I'm gonna play.
And that's exactly how Palace spent her first few moments back home in Flint.
Yay! Give me a hug. I'm feeling good to be home with all my family and my balloons.
The 5-year-old hasn't seen her dad or stepmom since they dropped her off with her biological mother, Fashana Skinner, on May 31st. The court-appointed visit was supposed to last just 2 days, but when the Edelins went to pick Palace up, she and Skinner were nowhere to be found. On Monday, police issued an endangered missing advisory for Palace.
The main person we want to thank is God.
Amen.
Because he kept her safe all this time. We just kept our faith and it prevailed.
Palace was located in Ypsilanti this morning. Skinner now behind bars on an unrelated warrant for her arrest.
I was so happy, and I wanted to join my family. I never wanted to be treated like that again.
I just grabbed her and started kissing her, and she just squoze my neck so tight, and she said, I miss you, and I told her I missed her too.
Palace is in good condition and didn't need medical attention. She was found wearing the same shirt she left in, but I'm told her pants were changed and her earrings are missing.
She's been wearing those gold earrings with pink stones in them since she was a baby. Now I'm gonna have to try to find her a new pair of earrings.
Dad says he's grateful. That's the worst of it.
That's the most important thing, is just keeping her healthy and happy.
Amen.
One by one, 4 of the Clio teens accused of throwing rocks over Vienna Township's Dodge Road overpass onto I-75 last October took a plea deal.
Located Malay Payne, Alexander Sean Miller,
Mark Sikowski, Trevor Anthony Gray.
The 4, along with 18-year-old Kyle Enger, are accused of killing 32-year-old Kenneth White. The rocks police say they threw smashed the windshield of the car White was riding in, killing him. Today's plea changes their second-degree murder charge to manslaughter and drops the 10 other felonies they were facing.
These kids are old enough to understand just how bad this situation was, and they feel awful.
Defense attorney Frank Manley represents one of the boys. He wasn't surprised prosecutor David Layton offered an agreement.
It's a very emotional case. It's a very serious case, and I think that he's done the right thing, and I think everybody's worked hard to achieve this disposition. position.
Police believe Anger is the one who threw the rock that killed White. He was not in court today.
Certainly, I think we can strive towards settlement as all the other parties have, but I just don't have that worked out as of yet because of my personal emergency this weekend.
If no plea deal is offered in August, the four will likely be called to testify against Anger. Because he's an adult, Anger's attorney is expecting a harsher sentence. Now, we know at least 7 calls came in, but because the calls weren't coming from inside the home, Genesee County Dispatch says the call wasn't considered high priority.
Flint City for domestic trouble, 900 Westmore.
Around 5:10 Wednesday night, Dispatch's radio in response to the call from a pregnant woman's sister saying she was being assaulted by her boyfriend. Over the airwaves, there's no confirmation anyone is responding to the home. Genesee County 911 says Flint police were tied up on calls and had several others pending at the time, ones that were equally important. But we learned later from the recording.
Just be advised, the original caller was the female sister. It was second-hand information. She was being assaulted by the boyfriend, Mark. We then got a call from her again stating the same, and then father called in reporting the same.
So after countless calls, why the delay? Dispatch says because they never heard from someone inside the home, it was a low priority. And on calls like that, it's not unusual they'd have to wait for police to respond.
Shooting 902 Westmore.
That's when the officers get in gear and head to the scene nearly 45 minutes later.
The original call was a domestic, multiple calls. Female stating she was being held hostage by her boyfriend. We just got a call from a female that her boyfriend has been shot.
It appears the family took the fight into their own hands. Michigan State Police says the sister who made that first call to 911 went inside the home and shot and killed her pregnant sister's boyfriend.
Clear up inside check-in. I got one detained. She said she killed this guy.
MSP's Lieutenant Dwayne Zook says while they have 11 officers working inside the Flint Police Department, their tasks are specific to the Major Crimes Unit, so they don't show up until
armed robberies, homicides, non-fatal shootings, stabbings is what our troopers are going to respond to in the city of Flint.
The 24-year-old woman is now in custody as police investigate if she was acting in self-defense when she shot and killed 25-year-old Mark Covington. The Flint Police Department has not returned my request for comment. Angela Peters often shops at this Walmart to get supplies for her business. After she checked out one day, she went to get her nails done, but says the salon refused because her hands tend to shake.
I was like making sandwiches and I was watching her and I was like.
Tasia Smith captured this photo that's since gone viral. Walmart cashier Ebony Harris skipping her break to paint customer Angela Peters' nails at the subway inside the store.
Ebony deserved all the appreciation she could get.
Ebony says she watched the nail salon located just a few feet over refuse to do Angela's nails and decided to do something about it.
I just wanted to make her day special. I didn't really want her day to be ruined. That's why I did it. And plus she's a sweetie.
Together, the two picked out some polish and posted up at the subway for a manicure.
And, you know, she moved her hands a little bit and she kept saying she was sorry. And I told her, don't say that. I said, you're fine.
A simple act of patience and kindness that's still making Angela smile.
I thought that was so nice of her. And I already felt comfortable with her. Because like I said, I shot them Walmart a lot.
We're not trying to bash the nail salon. We're not trying to make them lose customers, make them look bad, but maybe spread awareness that no matter the person, who they are, what color they are, disability, whatever, they're people too. She wants to look pretty, you know, and so why can't she?
Sitting next to her new friend at her store, Angela is grateful not only for Ebony's help, but also a beautiful manicure.
I'm like, wow, these are amazing.
I told her she's a blessing to us, to anybody, not just me. She makes me look at life and appreciate it much more than, you know, what I have been.
Here it is, the McKenna Squad Beauty Bar, and it is exactly how McKenna wanted it to look. She designed it, including this logo.
She loved the eyelash look. She always said, you know, look at my eyelashes. Are they long? Are they full? Yes, their eyelashes are in fleek. Yes, Kenna, they are.
During her cancer treatment, makeup became McKenna's passion, and she wanted to share the joy she got from it with her fellow patients at the Children's Hospital of Michigan.
They're going through something so horrific, and to be able to feel beautiful on the outside as well, I think is just the actual legacy she wanted to have here.
Knowing her daughter would never see the beauty bar in person, Mom Melissa Schumer called today's grand opening a tug of war of emotions.
I know she's here, and I know that she is like, wow. And I just can't keep saying that enough of how gorgeous this is.
12-year-old Nikira thinks so too. She stopped by to check it out today and let McKenna's friends and little sister Hannah do her makeup.
It makes me feel amazing, like I'm a whole different person.
Beautiful. A wonderful distraction from her fight against sickle cell disease.
I'm happy she thinked it like that, because if it was never for her, I would have been down here supporting her. Even though I didn't know her, I still love her, and she's still gonna be right here in my heart.
Nikira's smile brought Schumer to tears, thinking about McKenna's vision laid out in this quote.
I could see her like, wow, standing tall, courage to talk to all of us and hug all of us. And she wants to get, you know, that beauty feeling, and that's what they're gonna, you know, they're gonna do for her as well. And she is just, you know, joyous, and it was just the most pleasurable thing to see her come in here, and she's not leaving, and I love that.
The party continues tomorrow with the celebration at the Schumers' home. It's their way of thanking the community for all of their support in making the beauty bar happen. In Detroit, I'm Ann Perrette, ABC 12 News.